Hello, this is Donna from Donna T Crafting, and I'm here today with Kendra's Card Challenge 22, and I'm going to be doing two of the sketches. I'm going to be looking at sketch 1 and sketch 2. I'm going to start with this sketch. I have my pattern papered cut. I have my background piece of solid paper also cut, and I have it taped down on my glass mat with the grid so that I can try to make sure that my three pieces here line up evenly. If you're not familiar with Kendra's Card Challenge, it is a challenge to make 15 cards using six 6x6 pieces of paper and some additional background and sentiment pieces. I used 6 pattern papers here. They're kind of a cactus theme. And I cut all the pieces following the guide for Kendra's Card Challenge 22. And then I have gone through and cut my solid papers, and I'm now putting together my 15 cards. This is just 2 of them that I'm going to focus on today. For this one, there was quite a few pieces because there was 5 different pieces of the pattern paper for this sketch. Some sketches only have 1 or 2 pieces, and more of the solids. I'm using a solids for my other pieces. But this one has quite a few. These 3 strips, I did make sure that they kind of look like they lined up based on the pattern as well. And here I'm just trying to make sure that they're kind of evenly spaced as close as I can. We're going to have something on top of it, so it's not going to be horrible if there's a little bit of difference. But I tried to do the best I could, eyeballing it. I didn't measure it quite like I probably should have. And here we have some more pattern paper that is put on a solid. I used a dark green for that solid. And then there's just a little bit more pieces to add on. This one I need to add just a little bit of a slant on the edges based on the guide. It showed that that had a slant. You can find the sketches for Kendra's Card Challenge at www.kendrascardchallenge.com. This is challenge 22, so this has been going on for a while, and this lasts for 3 months. You can submit 15 cards, all 15 cards with one picture for the challenge to win some fabulous prizes. You can do that each month. There are prizes for each month of the card challenge, and this card challenge 22 lasts for the 3 months. Here I cut my sentiment and put it on a piece of additional colored cardstock. You wouldn't have to do that. You could leave the sentiment off of that without the cardstock if you wanted to. And then I wanted to add a few more flowers to mine. I had taken one of my pieces of pattern paper, has some images on it that you can cut out. I've cut out some of those images to help embellish some of my cards. So this one was very simple. It's just a matter of lining up the pieces that I had cut from the sketch and from the cutting guide of the pattern paper. And there you have one card complete. My second card, my what I would normally do is solid papers, I decided to do as another piece of pattern paper here. I have a solid white on the back and then this pattern paper. This is one of the extra pieces of paper. Again, usually I do those in solids since the rest are patterned. But in this case, I just decided to go with a piece of pattern paper for that background. And part of that was because there is quite a bit of solid on top of that. I have the green solid, and then there's just 2 little pieces of pattern paper from the cutting guide. So I thought another pattern on the back would not be horrible and would just add a little more flair to this card. This one is pretty easy. There's just the 3 things to glue on top here, and then otherwise it's just a matter of gluing the little pieces together and adding your sentiment. And there is a little gap between each of the pieces of paper, so just make sure you have that. If you're following the sketch, it shows you all of that on the sketch. And then once I have that all together, I can just glue that onto the top. I do hope you will check out the website. There are lots of things to find on the website, and you can check out information on where to submit your cards for the opportunity to win fabulous prizes. And be sure to check out the other people's cards. I think that's a lot of fun to check what other people have been doing. What I wanted to embellish this with is I decided in that solid area I had a cactus die, and I decided to make this cute little pot with a cactus in it. And I have it colored up, and now I'm just going to glue that into that solid area and then just add a sentiment, and that will make a cute little card. These sentiments came with some cactus dies that I had and some stamp sets that I had, so I was able to use those with this pattern paper. And there you have that cute little cactus with his little gold glasses. I think it's adorable. There is sketch 1 and sketch 2. I hope you have enjoyed this. I do hope you will check out Kendra's Card Challenge 22, and I wish you a wonderful day. Happy crafting!